Hello everyone. It's ModelOmega. It's been almost a year now since I've made a new video. Where do I even begin with this? This is totally unscripted. You'll probably realize that very quickly. I was just talking to a couple friends of mine on Twitter, and it kind of just crossed my mind that, I should probably do something like this. And because I do still have a lot of people still massively subscribing to my channel and probably wondering, is this guy dead or something like that? So I figure I'll just make this and put out what exactly has been happening with me the past year, and that'll probably give a bit of perspective as to what the future of this channel is and the future of myself as well. So the last video I made, which was in July 31st, was a dare I made on Twitter to read the entirety of Eric Garland's game theory thing, and it was kind of stupid, and but it was just something I wanted to do. So I don't even really count that as the last real video I made. The last real video I made was the deck tech for Silas and Akiri Commander deck, which I've actually taken apart at this point because I don't really enjoy playing it anymore. So that's doubly ironic there. And then there was also that hastily done Echoes tip guide, and I did really enjoy Fire Emblem Echoes as well. Having actually finished the game multiple times now, it's definitely the best Fire Emblem game that's come out since Radiant Dawn. Although that's not a very very high bar to pass when you're comparing it to. I guess I haven't really finished Heroes of Light and Shadow as well, so I don't know how that stacks up. But of all the games I've played, Shadow Dragon, Awakening, Fates, and completed, that one was definitely the best since Radiant Dawn. But so yeah, what was happening with my life? So around the end of August, I was finishing up my final courses in my undergraduate degree at university. Some of the courses I really enjoyed, some I didn't, but I just figured I would focus everything on that and have a good portfolio for my graduation. And I did. I did end up graduating. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in arts, majored in political science with a minor in history, and I graduated in November. That was a bit of a fun time, although the ceremony itself was pretty boring, and if I had a choice to skip it, I probably would have, but my family wanted me to go there and whatnot. And around the same time my classes ended, actually pretty much the same time my classes ended, I started working full-time for the first time in, God, I don't even really remember how long. The last time I held down any sort of consistent work outside of YouTube was when I was working with my dad on contract work. So and that was really important for me to get work, because I was having some financial difficulties, and my parents couldn't keep supporting me living on my own forever, so it wasn't fair for them. So I got full-time work. I worked at Tim Hortons, pretty much right where I live, and I did the night shift there. And if you've ever worked nights, let alone nights at a fast food place, you know that it takes up a lot of your energy and time, and that's more or less why I wasn't making videos. I tried while I was still there. I was still writing a couple scripts for the continuation of the Genealogy series, and even recording audio, but every time I pulled out my laptop to boot up Adobe and actually do some editing, or even just recording gameplay footage, I just felt so drained, so tired. I couldn't really put my heart into it. I felt really bad, because I do still really enjoy making videos and I want to get back into it. But yeah, I worked at that Tim Hortons for just about 7 months. I quit. Let me look through my calendar. I quit around the end of April this year. And I quit there for a number of reasons. I didn't hate working at that Tim Hortons. I had a good time. The people there were nice. There were nice customers. My management team was okay. what started sort of basically happening there is they basically started cutting my shifts. So I wasn't making as much money, which is really hard because you can't really, it's not really a living wage. So any sort of, and the only reason I was able to live off that is because I was working nights and getting a night shift premium. So yeah, they basically started cutting my shifts because there were too many people working. So my manager says to me, because she really liked me, that she would let me work morning baking as well. So I did morning baking and I did night shifts. And I alternated between them. And another thing, if you've ever worked nights, is if you work nights, you basically can't work any other shift. Because what happened to me is I wasn't able to sleep. And I got it was seriously affecting my health at times. Because I was just tired all the time. And I nearly passed out a couple times at work. People that were really worried about me. So I talked to my manager. I said, I'm sorry. I cannot continue doing mornings because it's affecting my health. And she said to me that I had to continue working mornings because they didn't have another baker to fill in for me. So my only choice, I tried for another 2 days. And after another night where I woke up 8 times in the middle of the night, I handed in my resignation. I said, here's my 2 weeks notice. I can't continue working here. And they didn't fight me on that. I talked to the area manager, and she was very sympathetic. And until I found another place to work, she got me to do nights at a different store. But that store was like an hour away on bus, so it was never going to be permanent. And luckily, I found a new job really quickly. I was sending out resumes left and right. I had interviews, but I got a really, really good job around the middle of May at an alarm monitoring company, which is a bit far away. It's downtown, and I live more or less kind of in this more of a suburban area. But that place is paying me a lot better, and I'm still working nights. But I was doing nights before this, and I enjoyed doing it. And they needed people for nights, so I'm doing that. And I'm working full time there as well, 40 hours, 5 days a week. So again, haven't really found time to do like a real scripted video. But I'm working there now, and I'm really enjoying it. And they're really great. And that's my professional life right now, working down there. It's not like a very it's kind of a casual job. Like the people there, they take about it pretty casually. But we do deal with some serious stuff. Like we call out on fire alarms, burglary alarms, panic alarms. People have told me that my quick handling of certain panic alarms has actually saved people from serious harm or injury. So I don't want to I don't feel good about it because the place I was calling for was was basically a treatment center for people that have had rough lives. So I don't like to think about it too hard, or I get kind of sad because people there they're obviously not doing too good. But that's my professional life. My social life has also had a lot of drastic changes, and if you follow me on Twitter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't have Twitter or don't follow me on Twitter, or recently subscribed or have just subscribed and are just watching my old videos and don't know exactly what I've been doing, around March, at least on Twitter, that's when on Twitter, I came out as transgender. I would consider myself now a trans woman. I know I definitely don't sound like that. I haven't really done anything for my voice yet, but I've been dealing with that, more or less. That's also been taking up a lot of my free time. I've been trying to go see counselors, but it hasn't really been helping me deal with it too much. I've actually been, for the past while, I've been what I would classify as severely depressed. And I've been this wasn't like a sudden revelation. I've been noticing stuff like that for a long time, but I never really dealt with it openly until I really I pulled that trigger in March, and that's me now. So You know, ModelOmega is trans, yes. If you ever wondered, that's true. And yeah, that's been my social life, dealing with that. I'm still, if you ever do want to follow me, you know, do follow me on Twitter. It's very, very, very active there. I don't know when I'll find the time to come back and make videos, because like anytime I get a break longer than 2 days, that's like always reserved to go visit my family or friends and whatnot. I don't even really know, like, if I should bother continuing the genealogy videos. I was thinking for some time of just doing more or less just voice with minimal actual video editing. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Or I might ask some people if I can borrow their gameplay footage, because I definitely don't have the time to play and finish genealogy. It's a long game, so I don't really have the time to do that. So yeah, that's basically more or less my life and what I've been doing and why I haven't been active on YouTube very much. I'm sorry. I know I've let a lot of you down, but that's about it. I hope you'll continue to follow me and watch my videos, and I still answer questions all the time for people who they leave questions on my Thracia series about specific details, and I still answer those pretty consistently. So, you know, don't hesitate to ask. I'm not dead. I'm active. I'm just been in a very long break. That's probably a hyperbolic term at this point, but that's basically it. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I saw the teaser for the new Fire Emblem game. It looks interesting. I'm sort of holding my breath a little bit because the whole Three Kingdoms thing kind of gives me flashbacks to the worst parts of Fates, and I really, really hope they don't carve the game up again like they did with Fates. That was easily one of the worst things Intelligent Systems and Nintendo has ever done to Fire Emblem. So yeah, that's about it. Not really much else to talk about. I'm kind of just wasting time at this point. Yeah, this has been ModelOmega, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching.
Engine boost deactivated.